I'm Kevin, that's Susan, and that's Jack, and we work with, we work with a lot of populations, but sometimes we work with parents. Jack, I had this case scenario where a parent was telling me about all the things that they did for their kid. They got them therapy, they got them a personal trainer, they got them a doctor and a psychiatrist and an exorcist, and the kid still wasn't getting any better. What do we do with those kids that just aren't getting any better?
Man, well, I would say first off is find out why, after all of these positive, beneficial things, are they not getting better? There should have been some growth there. There should have been some progress. And it seems to me like it could be something with the bond or the attachment they have at home with the parents. Because I've seen kids who don't have hardly anything but have a great relationship with their parents be very successful and not have issues. And so I think it always starts with the bond of the attachment with child and parent.
Jack, I always try to get a sense with the parent of what that relationship looks like at home and what boundaries are being set at home and what expectations are being set at home. And so I think parent education is a big part of raising a child and giving support to the parent and how to raise that child and seeing what the next step should look like. Because if that education isn't happening at home, if expectations aren't being set at home, then all those wonderful things that the parent is providing aren't going to help.
If you are doing way more work than the kid and you're providing all of this care and there nothing is working, nothing is making any progress, it's just not going anywhere, I have to ask the question, does your kid think that there's a problem? And if they don't think there's a problem, they're not likely to change. If it's not causing them any sort of inconvenience or discomfort, and they're looking at it going, well, my parents are doing all this stuff for me, so really, I don't have a problem. Are you protecting your kid from the realization that there's some need for change?
Yeah, and sometimes I feel like a parent does this because, and I've had this before, where parents might have an issue with attachment on their side, where they feel like they can't attach to the kid in an appropriate or positive way, where they don't feel that connection with their child. And so it's a lot easier just to send them to a counselor, or just to buy them some cool stuff, or just to put them in some camp or something, because it almost takes the responsibility off the parent to then reach out to create that bond and to cultivate that relationship. And so I think sometimes it's just a cop-out that parents use, and we got to be really, really aware if that's happening.
I like to ask parents what their dinner time looks like. Is everyone looking at their screen? Or are you being intentional about the time that you're spending with your child? Are you having dinner together? Are you having intentional conversations? Are you asking about their day, what their favorite part of the day was? If they are going to camps, if they are going to lessons, are you then sitting down and asking about what they're learning in those lessons and what their most valuable lesson was from camp? Or are you just shuttling them back and forth from one event to the next?
There's a lot to be said for availability, interest, engagement, and then those questions that Susan was talking about, there's an opportunity for you to help them with problem solving and ownership. If they think that you're going to come in and win every battle for them, they're going to expect you to do that. But if they learn that they can do it, then they're more likely to do that. It's not incumbent upon you to solve all of their problems, but it's hard for us sometimes to let that go. And so if you need some help processing through that stuff, well, we're a bunch of counselors. Give us a call.